big parka on. Tourist bikini. So that's the difference. Coming up right now, as soon as they call in, or I don't know if we're going to call them, Hooters. Supposed to be on the air with us right now. They haven't called in yet, so I'm just kind of filling in. I'm looking. So I guess he'll have to call them.
I think we got it right here.
Oh, here we go. Good morning. I guess you have...
Hey, I have Ben Cessna ready. Is this Adam? Is this Joe?
Yeah, you're live right now. You are on the air.
On the air, partner.
It is 20 after.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. We're live.
Yeah, we're live. We'll be talking with them about plant-based wings. Meatless.
Yeah, I'd say meatless wings.
Meatless wings.
No. meat. That's like having a step ladder. You wonder who your real ladder was. You know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, say that again.
It's like having a step ladder and then wondering who your real ladder was.
That was Monday's corny dad jokes.
Oh, that was Monday corny dad jokes?
Monday corny dad jokes.
All right. Is he still there? Are you still there? Hooters. Where are they? Did they vanish? I don't hear them.
Yeah, they're there, coming in.
Hey, Adam, this is Ben Sussman here from Corn Foods. It's good to talk to you this morning.
Good. You as well. Welcome to the show. And we got a little bit to talk about here. This is interesting. This is new. This is 2020 new decade stuff.
I just want to know how he got into that franchise with his meatless chicken or vegetable. How do you describe it?
We would call it meatless. So the meatless unreal wings.
The meatless unreal
wings. I like that.
Now I seen this. I don't know. Are you the same gentleman that was on Shark Tank?
No, we weren't. We've been around for a while now, about 35 years. But we did that.
Goodness.
I think you're referring to the folks who turned down the $1 million offer from Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. Is that right?
Something like that for the meatless chicken.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and it was like kind of a big deal.
I guess they got embarrassed because they all thought it was real chicken, and it's a surprise. And that's what you have.
That's what we have. So believe it or not, the way the Unreal Wing name actually came to fruition is when we met with the Hooters executive team in November. They tried the product and they all kind of went around the room and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is unreal.
Yeah.
We can't believe this." And they all looked at each other and said, "Hey, that was actually a pretty good name for it. Let's go with that."
See?
Hence the Unreal Wing.
See, and that's the kind of fruition stuff that you roll with. Those are good omens.
That's right.
Nice. Now, is this what I was wondering? Is this like, okay, then they could be tossed in other flavors and everything like that, so you could have your favorite wing sauce with them?
Believe it or not, they've got 8,400 different combinations between all the dry rubs and the sauces they have. My personal favorite is the garlic habanero dry rub with the honey chipotle sauce, and you can make these wings however you like to eat them, just as you would normal Hooters wings, and we don't think you'll be able to tell the difference. They're that good. So
what you're saying to me is we've got to visit Hooters 8,400 times to taste all the flavors. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. That's correct.
It's great marketing on both sides, baby. Yeah.
Now, you are in all the Hooters right now, or are you just a test market?
No. We actually launched, there are about 340 in the U.S., and we launched in 318. So most of the franchise locations came on board, which was really exciting. And, I think all these casual dining operators out there are looking for different reasons to bring consumers into their restaurants. And Hooters saw an opportunity to be the first to market with a meatless chicken wing and went with it. And so far, the results have been really, really good. Obviously, a great time of year to do it, given the football playoffs happening right now and the big coming up, and also the resolution time frame. So folks turn the calendar; they're trying to eat a little bit healthier, eat less meat, and this is a great option for you to be able to do that while not sacrificing on the taste and texture you love from a regular Hooters wing, and you can have it now in Unreal style, fewer calories, less saturated fat, and all the environmental benefits that come along with that as well.
Well, you took the question out of my mouth. You get one wing, what's the calories?
90 calories for one wing, so it's about 20% less than a regular Hooters wing. But it's also got less fat, less saturated fat, and more fiber than you would get in a normal wing. But I think the real unlock that we've seen in the category is consumers view health not only as nutritionally what's on the label, but also the impact on the planet. And making these wings uses 70% less land and water than would a normal chicken wing.
Oh, yeah.
And emits about 90% less carbon. So you can feel really good about the health aspects of it and also the benefit that comes from a planetary perspective as well.
And there has been a demand for certain meat alternatives. Like it seems to be like that's kind of trending. What are some of the statistics that you guys have seen with the trend for meatless substitutes?
Yeah, so it's now over $1 billion category if you include
I quit. I'm going over
retail
there.
and service. Which 10 years ago was probably $100 million category. So the growth has been absolutely incredible.
That is.
And what we're seeing as the driver behind that is what we would call a flexitarian or a meat reducer. I would put myself in that bucket. So a meat eater, but someone who knows they need to eat a little bit less meat for health and sustainability reasons. And that's what we've seen a huge uptick on from a consumer perspective. There are now 4 out of 10 Americans who are saying, I'm actively trying to reduce the amount of meat that I'm eating. And not everyone just wants to go and have a grain bowl or a Caesar salad. Consumers are looking for that same great, meat-like taste and texture that they know and they love, but in a little bit healthier format that's a little bit better for the planet. And, that's what we're most excited about is consumers go to Hooters to indulge, and you can still do that and have the amazing chicken wings and love, but have them with a little bit fewer calories and a little bit less impactful on the planet. And so far, that's been a message that's really resonated well with the consumer base.
Now, let me ask you, because with preconceived notions, older generations go to Hooters, they're advertised. What do you say? What do you say to the older generation that looks at this and goes, what is this? What is this world turning into? How do you put a positive spin to somebody in the restaurant that says, no, you should try these?
Yeah, I mean, it's ultimately we're not asking consumers to give up meat. We're just trying to provide a different option for them that delivers on that same amazing taste and texture meat and does it in a little bit of a healthier way. So, most of the consumers out there in this category in quick service are meat eaters. Impossible Foods reported that 98% of the consumers buying their Impossible Whopper at Burger King actually eat meat. Yeah. So that's most important is you have to position it as, hey, this is just a different option for you. We're not trying to be very preachy and tell you that you can't eat meat. But if you do choose to eat a little bit less, and frankly, for some of these older consumers, their doctors are telling them you need to cut back on cholesterol, cut back on calories, eat a little bit healthier. This is still a great way to indulge and get that great wing flavor you love, but do it in a little bit of a healthier way. And we're not asking you to give up meat. We just want you to give this a try and kind of work it into your diet as you would any other food.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing about the. I haven't tried them yet, but I know one thing. They don't have any bones.
No.
Correct?
They do not have any bones. So you will notice there is. We didn't call it a meatless, boneless wing. That would have been a little bit of a tongue twist. But we encourage you guys to go try them. They look like meat. They cook like meat. They taste like meat. It's really amazing. We did some advertising with a couple of the top Hooters girls from around the country, and we didn't even tell them that they weren't eating a meat wing. We just told them it was a different sauce, and the reaction was amazing. And once we told them it wasn't meat, they couldn't believe it, and they almost thought that we had tricked them. So that's the same reaction we see from consumers when they go in and try them. They're definitely a little bit skeptical, but once they get into that first bite, they're like, oh my gosh, this is something I could definitely eat. And if it's healthier and better for the environment, maybe I'll make that switch every once in a while.
Yeah, excellent. Well, partner, we appreciate it. Something new, something different. And what a way to bring in a new decade with something like that.
And Hooters, too.
Yeah. Well, what a market, too, that you were talking about. That's incredible. But we appreciate it. Have a good one, partner.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. One day down, 2 to
Thank
go
you very
for
much,
House
buddy.
Democrats' case to remove President Trump from office.
Trying to talk to you.
Connecticut Democrat Richard Blumenthal has been sitting through the trial in the Senate.
I'm a jury. not a prosecutor, but I see a pretty good case here for guilt.
Florida Republican Rick Scott.
Groundhog Day again today. They're just rehashing the same thing.
The Democrats' arguments resume at 1 p.m. Eastern, with the president's team expected to start Saturday. Vice President Pence is in Jerusalem for the World Holocaust Forum, this one marking 75 years since the liberation of the Auschwitz Nazi